hanya varian susu Cimori yang bikin kulkas rumah kayak...
Everyone in her inner circle. We may have to Normally, people will only... We will need to consider, if at all possible. This may be cruel to her. But who...
Well, that's everyone, huh? Speaking of which, it was pretty smart of you to think of hiding here.
Poisson was just involved in a disaster, so it's presently devoid of people. That naturally makes it the best choice.
And here you are drinking tea like it's the most natural thing in the world, huh?
That's what family
It's nice to enjoy tea here, you know? Care for a cup?
Lend me your ears, everyone. Or perhaps one of you might like to start us off. How about you, friend?
Sini ya.
Me?
Then, how about you?
I fear that I will cause the mood on this boat to become...
Well then, I guess we're lucky we've got a local like me to organize things.
That was a little long-winded.
Oh, you might be right. Anyway, to cut to the... As for what that is, well, let's start by saying that we'll be...
Oh?
Well, it's...
Huh?
Oh, come now. Your work doesn't involve much public speaking, right? This is a good...
I see.
He is glad that you consider him your...
Lama.
In that case, do any of you have experience hunting?
Not that I recall.
Fremine and I once used a wooden stick in a basket to catch wild rabbits when we were...
I'm afraid not, though that was their name. Today, Fontaine's monster population has already a trap comprised... So,
For me, our line of work...
You use some of those techniques while...
Yes, and I even...
I'm afraid I can't claim that as...
And I can be...
with discretion...
I'd probably use some sort of mechanical animal. Papa once bought me some small clockwork squirrels, mice, and such. When placed in the forest, they can attract others of their kind. I remember that you liked those too, didn't you?
I did. And that would be a good way to go about it. If they're realistic enough, animals of the same kind will follow them all the way to the trap.
What about you, Monsieur Neuvillette?
I fear I do not have any related experience.
That makes sense. You usually solve problems directly, without the use of any such tricks. But I do have one more question for you, Monsieur. If we were to create a trap now, how would you design it?
I would like for it to be effective, but bring no harm to the prey. A more gentle trap would be ideal.
Kind, as always. However, our intention doesn't necessarily change the containment device and the type of implement we need. If we wanted to kill the prey in one strike, we would need a powerful implement. However, that also goes for prey that must be captured and safely contained.
Wait, why's that?
Only a hunter who's a true expert at subduing their prey can snare it without harming it. The line that divides life and death is often exceedingly thin.
So, are we going hunting together?
Huh. We hadn't thought of seeing ourselves as hunters. It kinda works, but maybe it's still not the best metaphor.
If our means of capturing and dealing with our prey is to put them on trial, then the hunting metaphor is actually quite accurate. But we shall require much more courage than any hunter to judge a god, a being whose seat is an exalted throne.
Oh, so that's what's going on. Sound...
Ini kemana nih? Jauh.
It's been a tough few days, hasn't it? So much has been happening. Paimon thought they'd be at least a little frightened. Well, Fremine was, now that Paimon thinks about it. It's hard to say. After all, you're the most reliable... did you just... what's that? Paimon's never seen that...
Don't be frightened. Aw,
Wait.
you're feeling lost now. Consider the prophecy.
What?
I believe you have witnessed a failed attempt with your own... just as prophecies are the things that...
What?
I believe that you understand, right? Ultimately. This...
The voice. It's gone. What? Paimon hears someone tell... Alright. Hey, it's you who's...
Well, I see I've walked in on some lively banter.
Mona!
Fine, just fun. Not all fun. Why, yes, I'm in full
That's right!
Ah, yes. Huh? Goodness gracious.
She said that even...
The Hexen Circle members are certainly anything but ordinary, but I've never.
Whoa.
Their abilities alone.
Well, it's not like...
Yes, she was. Perhaps it is some... Traveler?
Oh, we're fine.
I see. I guess you could consider me someone who has often... But even so, perhaps that's what En was trying to tell. I did originally...
Huh. You do have a point.
There I go. It was worth trying. I suppose that might be why we always...
Paimon feels kind of moved by what Mona said. Hey, Traveler. Paimon's... Let's walk around the city, shall we? There's a few spots we always like to walk by. my recent attempt thus didn't. So while the portrait journalist Charlotte took so many. She hasn't been able to get a hold of. Seriously? We're here! Hey, quick! Look! That's the limited edition, only 16 slices a day cake! It was so delicious the last time we
One slice of cake, please.
Someone showed up after. Oh, wait, you're the one from the Palais Mermonia.
Oh, are you here to buy cake too? It seems Monsieur...
Wait,
That's right.
do you come here often?
Usually every day.
Every day?
It's part of my daily schedule.
Then what if someone told...
But why would it...
Well,
Oh, the prof? No. It's...
huh.
Don't be sad. Excuse me, could I have these 2 slices are for you?
Oh, you know Citra?
I sure do. She said that I've got something else to do, so...
And there she goes. All right, let's dig in. It's more delicious. Sure would be nice if we could always eat delicious.
Beliin jam makan. Belilah. Ngamuk. Jual apa nih? Tahu lah, bodo amat.
Oh, we're near the Steambird office. What?
Kemana? Di dalam kah? Oh, harus quest lain. Bajingan. Balik. Resep makan.
Wow! If it isn't the Traveler and Paimon! Ha! You've got some nerve!
Charlotte.
Just use death to make some quick Mora!
Ngapain nih?
It's alright though, Really? Oh, Paimon knows you're now. Still, what brings you here all of a sudden? A friend of ours met. Ah, so you know. So she mentioned me? What did she say? She said that you're a real. Nice. Huh? Oh, of course it doesn't. That was more. Yeah. Why not? Oh. Oh, so that's a yes? Ooh, splendid. Ooh, so much. Wait, Charlotte. Paimon's still got a question for you. And what's that? That's the problem. If you're serious, from what I've seen, so in all likelihood, I'd probably still be prepping at the office. Just think about it. If this nation, and then do you know what I'd do? Well, I'd write. I'm not a dreamer, but anyway. That's so not. Anyway, let's go and take a look at the sea, shall we? The sea breeze and scenery can be a pretty... Paimon's been thinking... If it wasn't fun... No, Paimon... We've always been moving to the... You mean... Still? Huh. Feels like he'll grow more, but it's still better.
So the two of you
Alas
are
lah.
still here.
Oh, you're from the
Gak
ballet.
penting.
I'm Isadora. Not a... Yes.
A riot?
Cuma dibaca kalau ujung-ujungnya tinggal ngikutin kuning-kuning.
And before she could reach, the crowd continued to...
So people have...
I agree.
So what happened after?
Seeing that the situation, the Marisho say
So, you mean she's still missing?
Udah kepencet.
That's right. The Marisho has dispatched many people to search for. That said, I don't think there's much to worry about. She is good.
Don't worry.
Is that...
Well, sounds like we should hurry over to Poisson then. If we know Farina, and as we... When Nervalet was... It would be hard. Paimon thinks Farina... Huh. Well, what do you think? In that case, there's no...
Nah, udah bisa. Ya lewat sini, Mbak.
This place looks deserted. Guess all the survivors must have evacuated already. All that's left here are signs of devastation. Could Farina really be here? Let's try to find her as soon as possible.
Farina.
That's Farina, right over there.
Wajib
What was meant
gacha
to
nih.
happen? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but what can I even do? Who's that?
Don't worry, Farina. Farina.
They even... Oh, and I'm sure Nouvellette...
Hey, there she is! The Hydro Archon's over there! Quick, after her!
Farina, those people seem to be after you.
They are... That's...
Farina just ran off. Quick, we have to get...
Ngapain tinggal langsung kejar ya kan? Konfirmasi dulu. Lari apa jalan sehat anjir. Jalan sehat nih.
This should be the place, right? Hey, Farina! There's a good hiding spot.
What?
Hurry, they're almost...
Fine. I suppose I... No, I mean, I merely...
Yep.
What's happening?
Yeah, a quake of this kind preceded the flooding in Poisson, didn't it?
It can't be.
Well, there's no need to...
Yeah, but the people have put... It's true. I once had... I've tried all... But all my efforts prove we cannot make an enemy of the divine. Give up, indeed. I've got fate. But just now... It all... As long as the final moment hasn't come, don't worry. I will... Well, that's enough for now. Don't take any... Share, that's impossible. It was fated right from the...
Lama kali sih.
And if to...
Apa ini? Panggung. Iya, silahkan. Tapi boleh deh nyicipin. Gua ambil ini dulu.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes my opening performance. Now, without further ado, we may proceed to the trial of our God.
So, this is what it is. Yes, you deserve praise for the effort you took to raise the dramatic stakes. Do not forget, however, that I am Fosalor, the god of justice, the embodiment of justice itself. Does it not strike you as even the least bit absurd to bring the very concept of justice to trial?
May I interpret these words as your in that case, you will have the opportunity to defend your honor.
You would draw your blade against a god? I see. It seems like you have made up...
Paimon can't believe it.
What the heck is...
Wow.
Lady Farina.
It would seem that there has...
Looking for excuses again.
I raised my hands just now. I'm sorry. You are not... But now, I, Farina, will use this trial to show the world this time. Applaud and mark my words. This shall be one of the most exhilarating and brilliant shows ever to grace the stage of Fontaine.
Woohoo! Oh, now we're... Why does it feel like Farina just... Also, even though she's still acting super...
All right, then. Who...
The court asks the prosecutor to please take the stand.
Is that...
You feel it?
Also, please allow just how much...
Well, we did do a lot of prep after the meeting that day.
I can go over the task. Navia, most of the people who participated in the disturbances, they changed into plain... The people's resent, moreover, according to
So you...
And their goal was...
That's right.
As the
Di warteg murah nggak
the volume of the box was increased by a whole order of magnitude, and the distance it traversed was the
masih
entire
normal
gap
harganya.
between Poisson was an my thanks
Harusnya
for
kalau lebaran haji gini lebih murah.
Of course, this performance we had to select a look.
So in
That's right. It wasn't a
Pakai
sign of
jatah
another disaster
ini.
to come.
then I can... You gathered a crowd, prepared also that...
Yes, that is...
Well, Clorand, as for you, you'd make sure that I didn't notice anything amiss before revealing yourself as my prosecutor once we'd arrived onto this... Oh?
Asal lama. Ujung-ujungnya juga
The
ngikutin
stage is
kuning-kuning.
already set, so there's no reason to disappoint the audience. Let's see this
Let's see this. Apa tadi nggak tahu.
Madam Prosecutor, please allow me to pass. This is a
Huh? Charlotte wanted to give us something? Oh, so she's here. Oh, let Paimon see. Wait, so in other words, we can refer to this. Let's quickly confirm the information in it. Just think of it as a refresher, alright?
You defeated the Hydro Archon in the very first duel you took part in at the Opera House. I didn't think that this is the first of Fatui, the fortress of Mirapede. According to Monsieur Neuvillette, I nearly the words of someone as extraordinary as a witch can probably only be truly The words of someone as extraordinary as a witch can probably
Ngapain
only
lagi,
be...
Cok? Udah.
I nearly lost my awesome...
Oh. Hah?
The prosecution and the defense are both in position. The trial shall now begin.
Udah lama dia.
Oh, just
Ngabat.
Of course. It is
Kayak
only...
bertapa.
That's true, but my charge here is unrelated to your instead.
Wait, what was that? Lady Farina's a fraud?
Hey, I can't...
Charge accepted. Lady Farina, do you plead? Lady Farina.
I plead not. There is no way that I, Focalor, otherwise known as Farina de Fontaine, a member of the Seven and the Regina of all waters, kindreds, peoples, and laws of Fontaine.
Yeah,
I have cause to believe that common sense will prevail in this case. Many of the members of the audience have known me as the Hydro Archon. Even if you wish to...
An argument with near...
Well, and if I...
That doesn't... First of all, you...
Who gave you that idea?
A curse. But in light of this claim...
Neuvillette sensed it too, huh?
Lady Farina...
Well...
Well, don't stop. Besides, for centuries, one need only to turn their eyes to...
That doesn't... You tried to...
Didn't I make myself clear at the time?
Lady Farina, I believe a reminder of your current while the court is in session, you will prove yourself...
I never thought...
That was no trick.
So, you neither knew why instead of having...
The real Hydro Archon. Well, now you're really losing me. It is true that I did not know why the Oratrice gave out a guilty verdict that day. But the Oratrice handed out... You can't...
She's still throwing out all kinds...
My pal...
If that poses a...
Aren't you the Hydro Archon?
Indemnitium! Yes! It's all because of Indemnitium! All Archon, thus did I...
Yeah, no matter...
It seems like nobody's buying Farina's
Hey, come now, everyone! Please don't... I'm still this... Please... You...
If what the prosecutor...
Did she deceive...
Enough! That's enough. Tell me then, if you have...
Wow. That doesn't... It has been a...
Since you insist on claiming to be a god and not a human, then there's a method that you can...
Miss Navia.
Super sorry, now. I've brought some seawater from Poisson, including the... So, miss, if we are to believe, but if you don't dare to touch it, then we would have basically proved the Oh, and I must remind you that after the disaster, I do hope you'll act prudently.
Navia from the... If Lady for...
Lady Farina.
Well, of course he had to
She's just dead.
What's going on?
Due to the inherent...
What?
Hey!
I'm fine! Look at me, everyone! Will you believe me?
Miss Siegewin,
Siege?
Don't be nervous.
please announce the...
As everyone doubtlessly saw, Miss Farina, she was
Thank you, Miss Siegewin.
Oh, wait. What did she do?
Well, however, after extensive discussion, we exchanged... We don't want...
Yeah, so it's a great thing.
I can't... Listen to me, everyone. Think about it. Also... Please, everyone, anyone, just listen to me. I swear, I really am your Archon.
I don't think anything she...
With all the things that have been said,
I believe the time for arguments and presentation of evidence has come to an end. If there are no objections, we will move on to the final judgment.
I don't think anything she says at this point will sway her. She's too stacked against her now.
In my capacity as Chief Justice, I shall now render judgment on Farina's misrepresentation of herself as the Archon of Fontaine. As a human who knowingly deceived her fellow citizens, Farina is... guilty. We shall now turn to the... According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique...
Well, what's wrong?
No.
Isn't that correct?
However, to be punished...
That's actually one of... The one and only time that...
Farina's been...
This outcome isn't... Is this sentence really appropriate for the crimes that have been committed?
Yeah! Even Vacher wasn't sentenced...
Indeed. But now...
Excuse me, if I may interrupt. Is the trial still going?
Fremine! You finally made it.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the
I looked everywhere, but has the trial all...
Thank you for your hard work, Mr. Fremine. Please allow me to... Traveler, I believe that you have already seen the...
So what do you see? What is it?
I believe I've now made...
So when you say...
In truth, however, I'm uncertain...
Okay, let's try...
Lama.
The first stone slate, does that mean that... The second stone slate... This must be the point when the third slate shows the Well, the fourth slate is the... We didn't believe that such a...
Nggak tahu, nggak salah ya. Nggak salah.
The prophecy from the if we know from
Anjir, bener.
That doesn't sound quite.
Perhaps what is it the and
Las. Keluarin.
it's not as with this.
They'll dissolve into the primordial. The Hydro Archon was. Navia fell into the water. The eruption of the primordial. The stone slates Huh? Oh, Paimon gets it now, but.
Let's hear them.
Incredible.
We're
All Fontanian. The evidence for that. Oh, and according to.
Indeed.
Yeah, and it follows from the content of the. That could also.
The Hydro Archon.
And yet, after many hundreds of years,
Yeah. So wouldn't it be trying to show in the end? Did Paimon get all that right?
you've made some keen deductions. However, while you were able to decode all the information when we were at the ruins, now that the slate collection is complete, I believe I should share this truth not only with you, your hypotheses. In the Fontaine of old, the previous Hydro Archon sensed the yearning of her Oceanid familiars for life on land. The Oceanids were enamored with the beauty and romanticism of human beings, and wishing to have those experiences for themselves, expressed to the Hydro Archon that, however, he not one to give in. She eventually found a way to create permanent humanoid bodies for her. She poured pride, but if Fontaine. Of course, the Hydro Archon never received permission from the heavenly principles to create a new human race, and thus, the Hydro Archon and all of her creations came to shoulder the original sin of appropriating the power of the primordial sea. That is the.
That's way too much information. Wait, but if that's the truth, we can't.
This really.
Alas, your hypothesis regarding a key point of the visual on the third. They have not. The nation of Fontaine is the nation of Hydro. You may also recall, therefore, that the people of Fontaine. Yes.
I think I'm in truth.
Which. If that's the case.
Traveler, I would like to point out another about the fourth slate. However, as for the root cause of the catastrophe. This eruption was just a small.
That doesn't. That doesn't. That doesn't.
It was both
If we're talking about it.
the truth, the original.
Ngapain anak paus dong? Dimakan. Terus. Keren juga. si child.
That was way too close! How did that thing just burst into the opera house? Wait, was that the huge whale you saw?
So we've met it at last. I understand that whale doesn't. It has been greedily, and once it has finished.
You said that when the Hydro Archon first created.
Precisely. That whale. Therefore, when it left the primordial sea.
We just barely.
That is correct. From the way he looked, he must have been.
That battle maniac. Anyway, now.
It is too late. It had already absorbed. Even if the entire.
That we've already done. We've come.
Indeed.
I'll fight it to the end.
So the prophecy will be fulfilled no matter what, huh?
The prophecy. Just as prophecies are usually only the future as seen from the perspectives of the gods, could things be happening ultimately?
What's happening with the oratories?
I believe it is preparing to carry out the death sentence.
Farina! No, I still need answers.
Ganyo, ganyo. Udahlah, ganti chapter cepetan.
You.
Sorry.
You are not for.
But
Fosalo.
oh, that wasn't my goal, of course. The heavenly principle.
Deceiving the.
It's all because of that pernicious prophecy. Dreadful, wasn't it? Everyone doomed to dissolve. One was not amused. She knew full. And as one of the seven, she also knew full well that one defies the So yes, as you have no doubt surmised, it was a rather. I spent a terribly long time mulling it over, alone on the ocean. I had to outwit. I'm a genius, I know. Although, looking back now, it was. But one can only play the hand one is dealt. I did not choose this. Anymore.
So you were also once one of.
Yes, I was. I always dreamed of becoming human. And I still do. Even after becoming a god, I separated my divinity from my body and spirit, leaving behind only a self that was as not the me. She could feel joy, sorrow, and her strengths, but in my eyes, Farina's humanity was what made her perfect. She was perfectly. Anyway, so all part of the plan. Do you still remember the finals? In order that under the curse I placed on her, so long as I, Fosalor's divinity, continued to exist, she could not die. But instead, I suppose now you probably understand.
But Farina is only. Even though she has had. I can't.
It has indeed. It's been 5, and all along. She's been playing her part in the most unimaginably long, unbearably lonely.
Oh? Who permitted you to come onto this stage? Now, all right. It is not my intent to reprimand you. There is no need to... I am Fosalor. Dear audience, the performance is experiencing a technical difficulty, but worry not. The guards shall resolve it soon enough. Hey, what gives? The audience is still watching me, you know. Guards? Wait, where are the guards? Guards!
Farina.
Huh? Who's that? Who's calling me? Where?
Be not nervous. Be not afraid.
Wait a moment. You're near me? How can this be? Near me.
The prophecy. Have you heard of it?
What prophecy? The people will all...
Oh.
What? But...
I will tell you how...
As for that... if there were...
I suppose this would also be the justice that belongs to you.
Huh?
Don't worry, it's nothing. Listen well. Fontaine has just lost its Hydro Archon. I need
play as...
That's right. If you can keep it up, then I shall have my way of
But...
Don't worry. Being a human, you remember. Your true challenge will not be pursuing divinity, but contending...
So...
to a combat.
A trial. What should I say to most appear like... I'm sure you've all heard. In truth, as the god Fosalor, once again, thank you all for coming. If you... I thought I might...
That's the new Hydro Archon. Is this some kind of joke by the Maison? I would have thought that a being that surpassed...
Hey, did you hear that? She even told us to send her
Shouldn't gods be all-powerful? She's being so modest.
If you ask me, perhaps the succession didn't actually happen.
Wait, what's going right? Calm down, Farina. Assertive. Now, I was wondering if some... you may consider... Now then!
So that was just a performance. How could I have forgotten that we...
Personality? It's quite shocking, to be honest. I suppose it's a better look than before.
Such a fascinating and bold deity. How wonderful! Our future may yet be bright after all.
It seems I've turned the... My dear people, whether you acknowledge me or not, whether you trust me or nay, I say to you, we have heard it said that this nation, the scales of may law be the prayer on our lips. May judgment be up. There is no trouble in so long as I, the Archon...
Sampai berapa ya?
Lady Farina, here are today's case reports as...
Besides...
if I may be...
A magnet...
That's true, I fear...
No need for fright, and do not take what I said before too seriously. Go now.
Lady Farina,
No need to thank me. Or rather, thank your own sense of perseverance instead. Long have you stood in line to meet me, have you not? Oh, I'm afraid that's just an inevitable consequence of my divine charm. All right, Deoteria, is it? How is your son's illness?
You remembered me, and you knew of my family too. He is doing much better now. In fact, he is far more of an ardent believer than I. He was the one who forced me to seek an audience with you. Oh, you're such a...
Sampai berapa ya ini?
Lady Farina, here are the latest hydrological report.
I see. It's as I thought then. All manner. Really?
I'm...
The day is fine, but it's good to see. Maybe this is fun.
Lady Farina, here are the...
They'll be...
Lady Farina.
Indeed, my...
Lady Farina, we're detecting significant...
Understood. I feel utterly...
Ya 5 loh.
Lady Farina, I've heard that the...
Are you crying?
This must be the overflow of hydro from my person. Well, can't quite help being the
So, hundreds and I never have I want to die. I've condemned. All I can do is keep up.
Farina, although I don't know what you might be keeping from everyone, your people...
Share. That's impossible.
But even if you're... just share it with me.
A witness. And if to... She's right. But if... No, Farina. But what if, Farina, is it such if you think about it long and hard? No. All you need to do, dear spectator, is...
Fine.
So even Farina...
Yes, she did very well. If she had let it seems that trusting human...
I believe that... How would you build...
Ah, good, good. Of course, the Udex of Fontaine has pinpointed the... I'm sure you've long said...
I've always suspected that it had its own consciousness. And Lenny did mention that he heard a... It now seems that...
And then I became one with the oratories, taking Fontaine's gnosis with me. Yes, it would seem so, wouldn't it? Alas, you're in truth, it isn't... Oh, you... My work over the... But really, the vast majority has been... had to be...
It was all...
Indeed. This power accrued over 5 centuries, but only...
So the oratrices... The destruction of that divine throne...
Returning what's right. In other words, this was all done to return the authority of the... No, what? The authority of...
All you've done.
I've never quite seen it that way, you know. Even now, I'm quite pleased at how well my deception worked. Hydro Dragon. I must say, had it been within my right, Egeria stole the power of the primordial sea. And that I, speaking of justice, I have always believed that justice lies in the process of pursuing human existence itself. So, if the theft of the primordial sea's then, leaving matters of procedural right and wrong aside, the descent of the Fontanians as humans, in other words, existence was Egeria's justice. And to me, defying the prophecy and ensuring that Fontaine's people shall live on, that at this point, Udex Neuvillette.
So when I was at last, in the beginning, I was uninterested in human existence. But these 5 centuries of you are things being as they are. Surely you know that I could never declare them.
The hour of my execution is almost here. For the sinner, the curtain call has come. I know I may not sound it, but faced with death, I find myself a little afraid. Perhaps this is one thing both gods and humans have in common. Farewell, Nervalette. I hope you've enjoyed the part you played these 500 years.
Sebenarnya siapanya sih?
I, Udex Neuvillette, hereby declare, people of Fontaine, your sins are forgiven.
Was that bright?
But
It's time to end. I have gained this. We should seize the opportunity to pursue our traveler. Now that the root of the come with me, traveler.
Lama lagi.
Done my best to separate the power. Considering the size of the beast, I cannot reach the power source. Unless we can find a way to attack it from within. I shall share a part of the ancient dragon's power with you. We shall look for a opening together. I can feel its sorrow turning into hostility.
Laid bare.
The all-devouring narwhal cannot resist its instinct to devour. Continue to trigger its hostility. A chance will present itself.
What
I have granted you my protection. Do not fear. Seize the moment and use my power to suppress its root from within.
The wind knows me.
At the frying pan, into the fire!
Go on. Fallen leaves.
Adorn my teamwork is dreamwork. Let's see if that's gonna hurt in the morning.
One with nature. Overrule.
Going in.
You're toast!
The wind knows me.
Let's light it up. Off we go.
Manifest the authority of the ancient dragons. Witness the might of the primordial sea.
Everybody stand back.
Eat this!
Ah. Siapa nih? Keren modelnya.
Thanks for helping with the cleanup. It was just supposed. Well, actually, I
Jadi
had a feeling that it would
karakter
happen.
That power.
It's just that
I simply didn't. So you may speak to me as equals. I have to agree. That kind of power is, all in all, the point.
Well, being. So what sort of person?
Oh, right. His name is Sir Delode.
I am
Huh. So Master isn't sufficiently famous.
the foul?
Still nothing?
Ooh, that one we.
Oh, but I suppose you understand.
Wait!
Actually, never mind that they all devour such roiling hide. As such, the Fontaine back on the surface has most likely been thrown into chaos. In other words,
What?
Not to worry.
Fase termembosankan.
In the end, the people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only Farina will remain, weeping on her throne. Only then will the sins of the people of Fontaine be washed away.
Hey! Help! Over here!
All hands, initiate emergency rescue! Hurry!
Hey, lend a hand!
Kalau nggak bisa berenang gimana ya?
Look! The water's receding!
Udah berhari-hari kali ya.
We didn't dissolve. The prophecy was wrong. The prophecy was wrong.
Kos kakinya bau tuh.
Are you alright? We're saved. The prophecy was wrong.
Flashback lagi lah.
The soil renewed, old soil, skyship, the various dispute. People always call. Wow, Paimon barely recognizes the people in the reports.
What do you think? Pretty enthralling, huh? The value for these big scoop. Edwin's assistant, Jurier, created a...
Paimon's curious.
And that's exactly...
Are you...
Oh, this time...
Udah, selama itu dapat kayak gitu doang. Selama itu ternyata kayak gitu doang. Oh, tapi ini terakhir sih harusnya.
Time to go.
Witness my rise.
Navia!
Oh, it's you.
Hey,
Ketemu
I'm here to
Navia.
update myself.
Let me introduce you. This is Mr. Garun. Our residents are...
Hello, Miss Charlotte. I'm a big fan of, but if you don't mind,
I get where you're coming from.
that would be fine.
Oh, you're back too. How are things?
We finished laying down the...
Huh?
Well, her reputation's greatly risen after that whole
There's too much to consider in the reconstruction of Poisson. The Spina has need of more...
Oh, wait, just a moment. Do you mind me asking a few...
Forget it.
I see you're...
Well, if we're talking about doing things for my sake...
Of course I will. I'm not gonna let her off that easy. All right, then everyone...
How did it go? Was it a good...
Not bad. Your addition really helped the composition of the picture. All right, hang on a moment. Let me
Dalam
snap a
nih,
few
besok
more
lagi
shots.
capek.
All right, that should do it. I'll be back here later anyway.